Oh, lonely man, the long, long rope of blood, the belly's rope that swung you from your mother, the dark trapeze your flesh descended from, unwillingly and with too much travail, has now at last been broken lastingly. You must turn for parentage toward the void. You must remember further back than flesh. For your first mother was not warm with blood. No, she was cold with rock and white with fire and deathless in her long embrace with time. Look back that way. Is there another way for you to go? We have not long.
To love, stay.
Are those away?
Tender things we fold, coarse fabrics for common wear.
In silence!
I have watched you, your hair.
The silence!
Dim and warm.
Intimate.
I have watched you comb your hair.
In silence I watch you.
I could reach to,
But did not.
I could break.
But do not!
That which is almost would be shrill. So
Moments pass as though they wished to.
stay.
The faintest whisper.
We have not long to love. Night.
A day. Oh, it's you.
Yes, it's me.
I thought so. You have on your ice cream suit. Well, don't just stand there like a delivery boy with nothing to deliver.
You didn't say come in.
Come in. Come in. Enter.
Thank you. As I was coming up the drive, I saw you standing at the window, and then you closed the curtain.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I had to knock and knock before you opened the door.
Yes, you nearly broke the door down.
I was wondering if
What?
if you didn't want to,
Want to what?
if you didn't want to see me this evening.
I see you every evening. It wouldn't be evening without you and the card game and the news on TV.
But
It's not getting any better, is it?
what?
I said, it's not getting any better. Your difficulty in speaking.
It will. It's temporary.
Are you sure? It's been temporary for a long time now. How do you talk to your students at the high school? Or do you say nothing to them? Just write things on the blackboard?
No,
What?
I've been meaning to tell you. It's been 5 days since I met my high school classes.
Isn't that strange? I thought so. I thought you'd stopped. What next? Something or nothing?
There's always
What?
got to be something. As long as...
Yes, as long as we live.
Today. Today I did go.
To the clinic?
Yes, there.
What did you tell them? What did they tell you?
I spoke to the girl.
The receptionist?
Yes, and she gave me a piece of paper,
An application?
a questionnaire to...
Fill out.
I had to inform them if I had ever before had
Psychiatric?
treatment or been hospitalized.
And you...
Wrote no to each question.
Yes?
No.
Yes, I know. You wrote no.
And then the receptionist told me
Told you what?
that there wasn't any room for me now. Right now. But that she would let me know as soon as one of the
Doctors.
therapists could fit me into his schedule.
Did you tell her that you were a teacher and the situation was desperate because you can't talk to your classes?
She was only the receptionist, so I didn't go into all of that. But I put on the
Questionnaire.
that there's only one person that I could still talk to. A little. I underlined desperately, and I underlined urgent.
In this dim light, you could pass for one of your students in your ice cream suit, just back from the cleaners.
On the way here, I passed by a lawn. The lawn of a house. And on the lawn there were these white cranes. I guess at least 20 white cranes must have been stalking about on that lawn.
Oh. So,
I thought that I must have been seeing things.
you were seeing white cranes.
I suppose that they were migrating on their way further south.
Yes. And stopped off on the lawn of the dark house, perhaps to elect a new leader. Because the old one, the one before, was heading in the wrong direction. A little disoriented, losing altitude, huh? And so they stopped off on the lawn of the dark house to change their flight plans. Or just to feel the cool of the evening grass under their feet before they continued their travels.
It's only a block from here. Would you like to go see them?
No. Your description of them will have to suffice. But if you would like to go back over it and have another look at them, do it. Go on. I think they'd accept you in your lovely white suit.
The maid didn't come today.
She came but couldn't get in. The door was bolted.
Why?
I didn't want her fussing around in the house. She knocked and called and called and knocked and finally gave up and went away.
Everything's just like it was yesterday. The cards are still on the table, and you still have on your white robe with the wine stain on.
I've stayed down here since last night. I haven't gone upstairs. I finished the wine and I slept on the sofa. Oh, no supper tonight. None for me. I did go into the kitchen and opened the Frigidaire, but the sight and smell of the contents made me feel sick. So go into the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich or something while I do the cards.
I'll make something for us both.
No, just for yourself. Do you hear me? And eat it out there in the kitchen. Dragon country, a country of pain, is an uninhabitable country which is inhabited, though. Each one crossing through that huge, barren country has its own separate track to follow across it alone. If the inhabitants, the explorers of Dragon country looked about them, they'd see other explorers. But in this country of endured but unendurable pain, each one is so absorbed, deafened, and blinded by his own journey across it. He sees, he looks for no one else crawling across it with him. It's uphill. Up mountain. The climb's very steep. It takes you to the top of the bare Sierras. I won't cross into that country where there's no choice anymore. I'll stop at the border of the Sierras. Refuse to go any further. I once heard of an old Inuit woman who knew that her time was finished, and so she asked to be carried out of the family home, the igloo, and be deposited alone on a block of ice that was breaking off from the rest of the ice floe, so that she could drift away, separated from all. Back! Take it back, or I'll send you away!
Are you?
I am. I told you.
If you won't eat, then I won't either. I'm not hungry today anyway.
I can't.
What?
Play cards! I can't! Sorry. Forgive me. I can't.
I think you
What?
want me to go.
Where to? Where would you go?
I could go to my room.
You say that it's not air-conditioned. There's no TV. It's so small you feel suffocation when you're in it.
There's a TV set in the lobby of the hotel.
You've told me that you can't stand the lobby of the hotel. It's full of dying old women that crowd around the TV as if they got their blood and their oxygen from it. The lobby of that hotel, just passing through it, its atmosphere rubs off on you, and you come here carrying it with you. You come here like a sick dog after passing through that lobby. It's in your eyes, your voice, your manner. When you knock, and I open the door, you have a sick, frightened look as if you thought that I would slam the door shut in your face. You poor, dear man. I don't have the strength anymore to try to make you try to save yourself from your paralyzing depression. Why don't you stop looking like a middle-aged, lost little boy? It makes it so hard for me to talk honestly to you. Every evening, you have a frightened, guilty expression. I always say, "Oh, it's you." And you always say, "Yes, it's me." And then you put on that painful, false, sickly grin, blinking your eyes, your hands stuffed in your pockets. You teach school, but you've never got out of school. You're still in the primary grades of grammar school, or still in kindergarten. Oh, it's you. Yes, it's me. I mean, my God, can't there be some other greeting between us? It would be better if you just stepped in and sat down to eat and then dealt out the cards or turned on the television. But no, we have to repeat the ritual. Oh, it's you. Yes, it's me. There's almost nothing else said. At least nothing else worth saying. I force myself to carry on a sort of monologue, with a few interjections from you, such as or mm-hmm. And I tell you things I've told you so often before, I'm ashamed to repeat them. But I have to repeat them, or else we would just sit together in unbearable silence. Yes, intolerable silence. Yes. And in summers, you always say, "It's so nice and cool in here," and in winters, you always say, "It's so nice and warm in here." Oh, God. God.
It was never easy for me to talk. As long as I can remember, it's been difficult for me to talk. to put what I think and feel into speech.
Even to look into the eyes of another person?
Yes. And to look into the eyes of another person. That too.
You always look to the side with a guilty expression. What makes you feel guilty? Is it just being alive?
You don't really know.
Take this piece of paper and this pencil and write me the first thing that comes into your mind. Just quick, don't stop to think. Good. Let me see what you wrote. I love you and I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? Quick, write it down and don't stop to think. Changes. Do you mean changes in yourself or in me? Or changes in circumstances affecting our lives? Quick, write it down. Everything, all. Yes, well, I knew that about you from the beginning. Now I'll be it. I'll write down the first thing that comes into my mind. Pencil, quick. Read it. Read it out loud.
If there wasn't a thing called time, the passing of time in the world in which we live in, we might be able to count on things staying the same. But time lives in the world with us and has a big broom and is sweeping us out of the way, whether we face that or not.
Well, why don't you say something? Nothing? Take this piece of paper and this pencil and write down anything, something. Just quick, don't stop to think. I love you and I'm afraid. That's what you began with.
You said not to stop to think.
Sit back down where you were. There is no way back there. Believe me. Are you crying? Let me see. Look up. Don't look so tortured. Did you eat anything in the kitchen? No? Then stop by the drugstore on your way back tonight and have something to eat. It might be a good change for you. Better than nothing. People need little changes now and then and have to make them or accept them. I know some people are terrified of changes. hang on to repeated routines. I think it gives them a sense of being protected. But repetition doesn't make security. It just gives a feeling of it. It can't be trusted. You can walk one street every day and feel secure on that street, and then one day it collapses under your feet and the sky goes black.
We have to what? We have to try not to think about that. It doesn't help to...
What?
To think about that. It's better to...
What?
It's better to feel protected. Even if...
What?
Even if those feelings can't be...
What?
Trusted.
You completed a sentence. It wasn't easy for you, but you got through it. Now, please go get me a glass of water for my drops.
I can't imagine tomorrow. Shall I put the drops in the water for you?
Yes, thank you.
It says on the bottle 5 drops.
Tonight it has to be more.
Are you
What?
sure?
Give me the glass. The bottle, I'll do it myself. All right, come back. Sit down. I'm going to tell you a story. It's about a small man. Aren't you going to sit down? A small man came to the house of death, and the uniformed guard at the gate asked him what he wanted. He said he wanted death. And the guard said, "That's a large order for a small man like you." And the small man said yes. He knew it was a large order, but it was what he wanted. The guard asked for his documents. The only document he had was his birth certificate. The guard looked at the date on the birth certificate and said, "Too early. You've come here too early. Go back down the mountain and don't come up here again for 20 years. And the small man started to cry. He said, "If you won't let me in for 20 years, I'll wait 20 years at the gate. I can't go back down the mountain. I have no place there. I have no one to visit in the evenings, no one to talk to, no one to play cards with. I have no one. No one." But the guard walked away, turned his back on the small man, and walked away. And then the small man, who was afraid to talk, began to shout, And for a small man, he shouted loudly, and Death heard him and came out himself to see what the disturbance was all about. And the guard said that the small man at the gate had come 20 years too early and wouldn't go back down the mountain. And Death said, "Yes, I understand. But under some circumstances, especially when they shout their heads off at the gate, you let them in early. So let him in. Anything to stop the disturbance." Well, what do you think of the story? What?
Did you make up the story?
No, you did. You've been making it up for a long time now. It's time to send it out for publication. Don't you think so? What?
Tonight
Tonight I what?
you seem not as...
What?
You seem not as well as you...
Not as well as I what?
Not as well as you... Not as well as you...
Yes, I know. I know. You didn't eat anything in the kitchen, did you? No? Then you must stop at the drugstore on your way back and have a sandwich or something at the soda fountain. It's a popular place, and they serve all kinds of things. You might even strike up a new acquaintance with someone else eating there. When I go there for my prescription, I notice there's usually several other people eating there at the soda fountain. I've heard them talk to each other. They seem to be acquainted with each other. I think it's easier to become acquainted with someone at a soda fountain than at a table in a restaurant, because you're sitting beside them, and a restaurant table is separate. And I think it's important for you to strike up some new acquaintances, because it's possible that some evenings I won't hear you when you knock at the door. I might be upstairs and might not want to come down, or might not feel able to come down to the door when you knock. And in that possible eventuality, you should have other acquaintances to fall back on. In that case, if it comes.
I think you're still in pain, aren't you?
If I am, it's my pain, not yours. And I have a right not to discuss it, don't I? I think a person in pain has the privilege of keeping it to himself. But try out the drugstore tonight. And don't go in there with a long face. Go in there with a bright attitude. And sit next to somebody that seems to have an extrovert air about them. And say something first. Don't wait for them to say something to you, because they might not do it. And I know you will hate to talk. But sometimes you have to do things that are difficult for you. So go in there and sit down and have a milkshake and talk. Speak. Open your mouth. Even if you just open your mouth to say that you heard an owl tonight, imitating your voice in a palm tree. They won't believe you, of course, but it could lead to some interesting conversation.
I think what you mean is...
What I mean is, things have to change in life.
The changes don't have to be sudden.
The changes are much easier to accept if you've already prepared yourself for them. That's why I mentioned the drugstore soda fountain.
It's bright and noisy. And I couldn't strike up a conversation or an acquaintance at a bright and noisy soda fountain. I wouldn't know how. And I wouldn't want to in the first place.
Up till a year ago.
What?
What was I saying? Oh, up till a year ago.
What?
Never mind. Whatever I was saying has gone out of my head.
Do you want me to slip away now?
Slip away is a way of saying dying. I've changed my plans for the night. I'm going on upstairs after all. I can still get up them if I take my time about it and hang on to the banisters. I can climb up to the landing first and then rest there a while before I go the rest of the way. And as for you, don't forget my advice to strike up some new acquaintances. It doesn't have to be at the soda fountain. It could be at a bar. Just say something to somebody. That's my advice. But I can see it's wasted.
An acquaintance isn't a friend.
Who is a friend? Let it go. But eat something at the soda fountain.
Shall I help you up the rest of the way before
Lately, I've been sleeping down here on the sofa. The stairs have gotten much steeper. But tonight, I think I'll get up and I'll climb up to the landing first, and then I'll rest there a while before I go on. There's a fairly comfortable chair I can rest in on the landing until I feel able to climb up the second flight. Yes, I can rest here a while.
I'll wait here until you've gone up to your bedroom, and then I'll slip away.
No, don't wait. Slip out now. I like to talk to myself a little before I sleep.
You mustn't sleep on the landing. You can't sleep on the landing.
I'll do what I want to do.
Sorry. I didn't mean to
Just
tell you what you could...
Go on. Go out. Slip out now. Fasten the bolt on the door.
The bolt is inside the door.
Oh. Yes. You're right. That changes my plans slightly, yes. I'll have to bolt it myself.
I really don't think that you ought to be left here alone at night.
Well, that's your opinion, not mine. Good night. Go on, slip away now. This evening has been an effort.
I'm sorry. I feel as if you've lost all feeling for me.
That isn't true. I wouldn't have let you enter the house tonight if I didn't still love you. I did, and still do. But we've gone into separate countries. You've gone into a strange country, and I've gone into another.
Could I sleep on the sofa?
No. I'm sorry, no. You have to go now.
You are...
I'm what?
My life. All of it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. I will go to the clinic. I will go back to the school.
Don't make it so hard for me.
Please just let me sleep on the sofa.
No! No! I said no. Open the door. Go out.
When I come back tomorrow, you'll
What?
let me in?
If you go now, yes. But if
I'm
you...
going out. The air is... The sky is...
What are they?
unusually bright tonight. Like very clear, shallow water. Like...
The roosters will crow all night because they'll think it's near daybreak. Good night. Have a nice walk back. Perhaps the white cranes will still be on the lawn you passed coming up. Rest well. Don't ever doubt that I care for you. But remember, we're going to different countries. That alone. It's hard because he has nobody but me, and I have nobody but him. But in the dragon country, you leave your last friend behind you, and you go on alone. Oh, the door. Not bolted. I'll have to go down there and bolt it, or the maid will get in tomorrow. Get up. Get up! I said up! Oh. You stayed. Didn't go. I can't imagine tomorrow. Help me back up the stairs. Please. Please help me back up to the chair on the landing. Let me rest here, please. I'll go up to my bedroom in a while. Even if I have to crawl up the rest of the stairs.
Let me help you up there now.
No, here, stop! Impossible further. Right now. No, just go back, down! I'm sorry. I have to be alone. alone here. If I wake up tomorrow and go downstairs, it won't surprise me to find you still here. I think you've always wanted to stay in my house. Now's your chance to make yourself at home. You know where everything is. The TV set, liquor, the Frigidaire, the downstairs bedroom and bathroom. I leave you with all these delights. I'm going to sleep in a minute. I suppose it's still possible that tomorrow you'll pull yourself together and meet your classes. I would have bet on it, though. You've likely been replaced at the junior high school. You've probably been expelled from the junior high school like some incorrigible student. They just haven't bothered to notify you about it, or you've been too scared to pick up the phone at the hotel mortuary. Haven't you always wanted to move in? You've paid so many compliments to the place, the evenings you come here from the hotel mortuary you live in. You always tell me how lovely something is. The cool air in summer, the warm air in winter, the palm garden, and even the sky, as if it belonged to the house. All right, yes, you can stay here if you want to. You wouldn't get in my way, and I wouldn't get in yours, and after a couple of days, we'd hardly notice each other. It would be like talking to ourselves, or hearing a bird or a cricket somewhere outside. Of course, you have the alternative of creeping back to that mortuary called a hotel, but there's a time limit. A pretty short time limit on your acceptance there in your present circumstances. You probably already know you're out of a job. Yes, well, such things happen to people. All people, no exceptions. The short time limit runs out. It runs out on them and it leaves them high and dry. If I rest well tonight, I'll be better tomorrow. And if you're still here, drive out or take a cab to the food fair market and stock up the Frigidaire for you. And then we'll go by that hotel and check you out of that awful mortuary, and then after that, I can't think. Perhaps it's not necessary to think past that. That's enough thinking and planning for the future. So, make yourself at home here. Take a drink out on this green porch and enjoy the sky and the sea that belong to the house. I'm going on upstairs now. Not quite yet. Going on up is like climbing a peak in the Alps.
Stay down a little while longer.
All right. Yes. Just a little while longer.
Are you asleep now? Are you asleep now? This is for you, for whom bloom certainly roses. This is for you, whose reticent temper it is to renounce the want of all things more effete than rooms full of ferns without blooms, as bell-shaped conservatories, for which a subaqueous green gloom is not sufficient enough without those roses. And yet, who have everywhere in their secretive dwellings beds which are ingeniously disguised as less suggestive pieces of furniture, such as sofas whose backs collapse into beds at the touch of a button. Oh, and those suspiciously handsome and languidly moving domestics are not surreptitious enough to cover up their slow going to rooms curved as wombs, the warmth of which hums as a transmitter of current, every few hours announcing, now, yes, now is the moment, yes, now, a power that draws the light back into its source until you let go, and all of those doors floating open on those who have roses, going to those who have roses, which those without roses possess no license to enter.
But I am not sure that I have learned how to let go, of not particularly caring enough to sicken the heart, that comfort that should not fail to suffice until later, oh, considerably later, while moving through rooms that are lucky with sun until later, the comfort of much later, while moving through rooms of dual purposes and concealed appurtenances to the heart of abundance, from which flow eternally roses, all roses, the immense impartiality of all God and all roses, orifice empty, never emptied of roses. Because we're tolerant only of those who have roses. Your eyes, including the roses of others and bouquets of your own. And saying, these roses, all roses, my roses, are still in the arms of those who came bearing roses. And by the same token, confessing, my tongue, not your body, my body, not yours. While murmuring, you,
getting up in the morning and going by plan or caprice to cut your sweet love's body, mutilating more and more demoniacally her body, increasing her wounds and her hemorrhage much faster than she in her running is rapid enough to staunch them. And shortly thereafter, recognizing the need for expedient concealment, dragging her purified body into the bathroom and dismembering her purified body in the bathtub. Yes, dismembering her purified body and depositing parts of it into those 3 salty branches that water the autumn rose island. And if you inquire of your love if the water is salty, your love will reply,
It is salty. Yes, it is salty. Are all roses salty?
not altogether, but often. But I am not sure that I have learned how to let go of not particularly caring of anything but those roses, those white-hot doctors who cauterize our wounds with irons soft as roses.
All roses. The immense impartiality of all God and all roses, announcing yes, now as before, yes, now is the moment.
Power that draws the light back into its source until you let go. And all of those doors floating open on those who have roses, going to those who have roses, which those without roses possess no license.
And it is announced, yes, now as before, now is the moment, yes, now.
As it was in the vagina,
Yes, now,
as it was in the testicle and the prostate,
as it was in the sperm and the ova,
and as it ever shall be,
world without end.
till we end.
Glad you made it.
It's fantastic.
Despite the ice and snow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to
It's really
use
good.
everything.
Yeah.
Enjoyed
I actually
it.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, enjoyed the book.